What's happening, everybody? Steve here, Rake and Profit. Today's video, I want to talk about finding the reason why you must succeed, okay? And this is what it comes down to. If you want to make a crap ton of money in your reselling business, if you want to go from being like extremely out of shape like I was a couple of years ago to now dropping over 55 pounds and feeling incredible, if you want to build a business, if you want to quit your job, if you want to just show everyone, your friends, your family, and even show yourself, most importantly, you want to know what? I'm better than where I am today. You've got to find that reason why, okay? You've got to find that burning desire deep down inside for why you want to be successful, okay? And then once you figure out that reason, right? It might be for your family. It might be because you want to know what? You're going through so much pain. You wake up every single day and you're ashamed of yourself, kind of like I did. I would wake up every day and I would hate clocking in, being a pizza delivery driver, working at the Cracker Barrel, you know, feeling like I was getting no respect from anybody. I felt like people were just looking at me like that 21-year-old who went to jail for selling weed and was smoking 2 packs of cigarettes, so on and so forth, right? Everybody's going to have a different reason why, right? Maybe like for me, I want freedom. One of the main reasons why I love business, well, there's a couple reasons. Number one, I love the freedom, right? I like being able to create. Like I feel like I'm an artist, right? Every single day, it's like I've got this blank canvas and I could build my reselling business. I could build, you know, my income pretty much however I want, right? Depending on how much work and effort I put in, right? So I love being a creator. I love the freedom. I love in business just contribution, making a difference, right? When I used to, again, work at all these jobs that I used to hate, I used to work at Toys R Us, Namco, delivering pizzas, Cracker Barrel was the last job that I had. I didn't feel like I was really making a difference, right? Now, at the end of the day, it did feel good, you know, serving and, you know, giving people food and a good experience. And I like talking with people, so on and so forth, but it didn't like light my spirit on fire. But you've got to find that reason. And one of the biggest struggles that I dealt with over the years was trying to do things to like kind of get acceptance from other people, right? Trying to make my father proud or my family proud, or trying to make friends or people on the internet proud and to get that praise, right? Everybody has different things. And the reality is when you try to do it to show off to other people or to get the recognition from other people, you're always going to be empty inside, because at the end of the day, and I say this all the time, and I don't mean this in a negative manner, but people want to see you do well, right? Your friends, your family, even people on the internet for the most part, maybe people you built a relationship and built rapport with, people want to see you do well, but they don't necessarily want to see you do better than them. When you start pushing outside of your comfort zone, when you start doing things differently, you start counting your calories, right? You start going to the gym 3 to 4 times a week, but you don't just do it for a month. You do it for a year and a half, 2 years, 3 years, right? You start saying no to the smoking weed and going out and drinking alcohol all the time. Yeah, you have balance, but maybe you're going to bed at 8, 9 o'clock. People are going to take jabs at you. People are going to laugh at you, right? When you're spending your time working on your business, building your software, learning how to vibe code, getting into all these different things with e-commerce and learning Amazon and going deep and saying no to other people, and you're doing something that others aren't doing. Because think about it, when you look around, the average person, 9 out of 10 people are just doing what makes them feel comfortable. They're stuck in their habits and in their routines. And that's how we all are, right? We're stuck in our habits and our routines. But every single habit and routine we have is either bringing us closer to our goals or farther away from our goals, right? This is one of the things that I've learned from Tony Robbins, and it's been a game changer, right? When you're feeling down, depressed, upset, angry, how do you deal with your emotions? You could do something like drinking alcohol, smoking weed, eating junk food. You could be doing just things that make you feel good, give you instant pleasure, but then take you away from your goals. Or you could do things that are positive, working on your business, right? Eating healthy, going to the gym, going for a walk, spending time with your partner, so on and so forth, that give you pleasure, but don't hurt your goals long term. But again, what I want to talk about is you got to find that burning desire. You got to find that reason why, and you got to make sure you're doing it for the right reasons, right? If you want to build your business, if you want to get healthier, if you want to succeed because you want to grow as a person, you want to make an impact, you want to make a difference in the world, you're going to feel fulfilled, right? But if you're doing it like I did in the past to try to show off or try to, you know, prove somebody wrong, and again, that will take you, you know, further, but it's not going to take you where you want to go, right? If you're doing it to just try to get recognition from people, I'm telling you, people want to see you do well, but they don't want to see you do better than them. So really, at the end of the day, I guess one of the things that I've been learning recently is if you really want to be successful, find that burning desire and try the best you possibly can to align that burning desire, at least long term, with growth, right? And contribution. How could you make a difference, right? Because I've gotten to a point, and you know, I'm not mega rich or anything, but I have done very well for myself over the last 10 years. If I want to stop working for the next 5, 6, 7 years, I probably could. Now, I'd obviously have to probably, tailor down my lifestyle a bit, but I've made quite a bit of money. I've saved a lot of money. I've invested in real estate. I've invested in stocks for a long time now. And, I've gotten to the point now where, I was even telling a friend the other day, my main motivator isn't money, right? Yeah, of course, money is a scorecard, right? It's the scoreboard. When you create value and make impact, whether it's in an e-commerce business or maybe it's selling programs or coaching or consulting or software, you're getting paid because you're creating value, right? You're making a difference. But for me, the money's obviously an important factor, but a lot of things that I'm doing nowadays is because I want to grow, right? I want to make a difference. I want to add value. I want to be able to help people, right? Even these videos, I had a comment the other day saying, Steve, what are you doing? You've got 200,000 followers. Why are you not catering to your audience? Why are you not making the videos that are going to get 5,000, 10,000, 20,000 views, right? And that's a multi-part answer that I can give. Number one, it would take a lot more production value. Number two, I'd have to really dumb down a lot of my content and put it into a formula that people selling the dream to people. But for me, I enjoy these videos. I want to do things now because I feel like it makes me grow. I feel like it helps people. I feel like it makes a difference. And yeah, I could completely revamp my whole entire YouTube channel, but I'm way more passionate about my e-commerce business. I love it, right? I love finding products that others really can't find easily on Amazon they're looking for them. There's hundreds of thousands of customers on Amazon looking for these discontinued products, and I have a system to go find them on eBay to flip them on Amazon. And then I've built a software as well to help hundreds of people to do the same thing. I love that. I love sharing different things about self-development and health and fitness, so on and so forth. When I start feeling like this YouTube channel is turning into a job, I'm just going to stop doing it. And again, everybody's at a different point. I've had phases in my life where, 2016, 17, 18, I was sometimes making videos. I wasn't head over heels in love with these topics. I wasn't head over heels in love with wholesale and private label and interviewing people about these certain topics, but I was trying to generate wealth. I was trying to add value, and the market wanted it and I did it. But now I've gotten to a point where, and maybe there'll be a phase where I do that again, but I'm at a point now where I just want to help people. I want to make a difference. I want to do things I enjoy. I want to have that freedom. I have fallen so freaking in love with eBay to Amazon flipping and building the software and just sharing my journey in health and fitness, right? Losing over 55 pounds and going to the gym. And the other day I had some of the most fun in the world. You're going to laugh. Literally creating it was a peanut butter protein ball, and I made it. It was made out of, you just take a bowl and you put oatmeal in, agave, honey, you put in some scoops of protein, some vanilla extract, and you put in some PB powder and some salt and some different things. And I make recipes, but I haven't done baking or anything like that. I know it sounds corny, but I had so much fun, and I was like, holy crap, I'm literally doing something that I enjoy. I've literally retrained my brain to find pleasure in freaking a little baking recipe and doing something that is delicious. It's a pre-workout. I have it before my workouts. I got all jacked up today eating a protein ball, and I was like, what the heck have I become? I am literally doing these things now that not only make me money, give me more health, more energy, contribution. I feel like I'm making a difference, but I'm enjoying myself doing these things where in the past I would have to smoke weed or get high or just be doing things to try to show off to people. And I still fall victim to these things. Sometimes I got to remind myself, Steve, you're trying to do something because your ego is getting in the way, right? You're trying to do something because you want to prove somebody wrong. And at the end of the day, this person could give two damns about you, right? And sometimes I post videos on this channel, and it's or I create the video and I'm I'm not going to post it. I feel like someone's going to say something or think something. Even just talking about the baking and stuff, my brain is thinking you don't want to share that with people. Who cares? Nobody cares at the end of the day. And it's a sad reality, right? And this is going to kind of string back and kind of finalize this thought. When you're younger, you think that everybody is thinking about you. You think that everybody cares. You think that everybody's focused on you, right? And then you get into your 30s and 40s and 50s and, you realize, okay, people, maybe they are a little bit, and yeah, they're judging this and that. And, and then I've heard from others and mentors of mine, once you get into your 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, you realize nobody's been thinking about you at all. Nobody cares. And it's not like they don't care. right? I don't mean that in such a pessimistic, negative way, but everybody's focused on their own lives. Everybody has their own goals. They have their family, their friends, their life. Your life, my life, it's all, we have so many pieces that nobody can see, right? A lot of you guys, you know me for, my videos, but there's 1,000 different dimensions of Steve Rakin you have no idea about. Just like if I met you, there's a million different pieces of your life, and there's, we meet people sometimes and we have no idea. They could have just lost their mom, lost their dad, going through a huge struggle. The other day, I wasn't, trying to listen to somebody's conversation, but I saw this girl at the coffee shop, and she was a young girl and she looked like she was having a great time, which she was. And then she sat next to me with a group of people, and, I work at Panera Bread all the time, and she was telling a story, and it just like perked up my ears. I would have never known. She's been fighting chemo. She went through chemo, and you would have never known. I don't know how this all is coming together in this video, but I was like, wow, like everybody has so much going on. Like, why do we just not live from a place of love, making a difference, just growing, right? Tony Robbins talks about this all the time. If you want to be happy, focus on growth, right? And growth is in so many different levels, growing your health, your relationships. It's not about being better than me, better than you, better than everybody else. I know everybody has a burning desire and a different reason, but if we're growing every single day and we're doing the things and taking the actions in our life that are taking us closer to our goals, if we're doing things that are helping people in one form or another, and we're really trying to make a difference, that's fulfillment. That's when we're going to be the happiest. And it's just something I've been thinking about. So let me know if you guys enjoy these types of videos. If not, no big deal, but just wanted to kind of share some thoughts in my mind today. But with that being said, guys, hope you have a beautiful day, rest of the week, and I'll see you in the next one.